Okay, so you're at the park that first day and you're like, sign me up that day. Like, not that there's a paper to sign, but yeah, sign me up.
If there was one, I would definitely, I would have pushed over an old lady, okay, to be the first one to sign up. All right.
Would
Like
you have
this,
signed the Scientology billion-year contract if that had been not Scientology, but if this church had been like, here's a billion-year contract, would you like to sign this and be with us for a billion years? Would you have signed that day?
what? Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? What?
Happiness and love and attractive people that accept me.
What? Because listen, unless you are an exceptional 18-year-old, at 18, you can't see past tomorrow, right? Like people who are 20 are old to you, right? So billion years, all right, whatever. This is how it happens, right? And so for the audience, for those that are listening, just consider that. Just consider anytime you've seen a cult documentary, anytime you've seen some sort of cult on the news, for those of us who are old enough to remember Heaven's Gate in 1997, when I think it was 40 people, 39 people committed suicide because they thought the spaceship was coming to take them away. And you're like, man, how stupid. You just have to consider there was a day one for them.
Yeah.
And day one was not the day they died. There were several days, weeks, months, years prior to that moment. And the reason they got put in is because there was something lacking in the first part of their life. And they got caught up in this. And then Saturday, well, Saturday is when we get to put our hair down and go on dates with other disciples. You can't go on a day off. Nah.
2 hours off for the date.
Yeah, I guess so. Put your hair down. And then Sunday is repeat.
Did you feel tired? Did you feel overwhelmed, or were you having a great time?
There are times I felt overwhelmed for sure, right? Because I didn't know that at the time I was battling depression, and sometimes you're just not on. And when you're not on, you're told that that's sin. You're told that that's sin. So in essence, you're really told that depression is sin. That's what you're told. Nobody uses those exact words, but nobody got time for that shit. And I remember there was one guy who took issue with me reading books. Like, bro, how dare you read the autobiography of Malcolm X when this church leader here just wrote this book? Like, this is all you should be reading. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever. I'm going to read this in secret. Damn. And then the church also had its own, not a news network, but we had this, I saw your face, and it was called KNN, Kingdom News Network. And we're just reporting all the cool things that are happening in the churches around the world, right? And this person's doing this, and it's like, oh my God, wow, this is so cool. And yeah.
You can't be watching A Different World. Why aren't you watching our news program? You don't have time for a Will Smith.
How dare you want to be like Ron Johnson? How dare you?